So you have a business that you want to turn into an LLC. LLC stands for Limited Liability Company. Somewhere along the way, you heard that this was the right thing to do in order to limit the liability you may face in the event of a lawsuit and for taxation purposes. This is correct, but LLCs have a lot more advantages, and we'll go over them in this video. There are many ways you can register your business in the United States. These include a partnership, a sole proprietorship, an LLC, or a corporation. You may have also heard that an LLC is the way to go, but what exactly are the benefits of having an LLC instead of other entities? Advantages of an LLC. With an LLC, you get the choice of how you want to be taxed. An LLC has several options for taxation. It can be taxed as a sole proprietor, a partnership, an S corporation, or a C corporation. This provides a great deal of flexibility, providing that the LLC qualifies for the type of taxation. The owners of the LLC, referred to as members, are shielded from some or all liability from acts or debts. The amount of liability depends on state shield laws. An LLC can have an unlimited number of members with no citizenship restrictions. In comparison, an S-Corp's stockholders must all be U.S. tax residents. An LLC has less record-keeping and administrative paperwork than a corporation. Pass-through taxation. No double taxation unless the LLC elects to be taxed as a C corporation. With the default LLC taxation, you're personally taxed at the member level and not at the LLC level. In most states, LLCs are treated as separate entities from their members. The ease of registration. In most states, a single natural person can set up an LLC. For real estate businesses, each property can be owned by a separate LLC, thus shielding the owner from cross-liability. Flexible membership options. Members of the LLC may be natural individuals, partnerships, trusts, estates, and other business organizations. The number of members is unlimited, regardless of the type of business entity. So how do you turn your current business into an LLC? We'll go over how you do this in 5 easy steps. At the end of this video, I'll let you know about an LLC Formation Service comparison table where you can compare the best LLC formation services. An LLC Formation Service enables you to form your LLC in a single step, which could potentially save you a lot of time that you could devote to grow your business. Step number 1, choose the state. For most businesses, the place where you live and are conducting business is the best place to form your LLC. Don't be lured into thinking that forming a Delaware LLC will save you money during taxation, etc., as the added cost and complexity might not be worth it. For one, you will have to have a dual registered agent if you are conducting business outside of Delaware. In the event of litigation, things can get complex and pricey. For an online or brick-and-mortar business, such as a store, office, or service center, you'll only have to file one LLC for the state that you do business in. If you plan to do business in several states, then you must form an LLC for each state. Step number 2, choose a name for your LLC. Requirements for names vary from state to state, but for the most part, the name of your business entity should be unique in the state where you're forming your LLC. You may be restricted from using certain words in your business name, i.e. bank, insurer, trust, or trustee. Additionally, the name of the entity cannot be deceptively similar to another business name, i.e. Westside Kitchen and Bath and Westside Kitchen, the and character, and bath. You will need to append the abbreviation LLC to the end of your business name. The Secretary of State's website for your particular state will have naming requirements and information, as well as a registry of existing business names. You can use the registry to determine whether or not the name you have chosen for your business is available. Most states will allow you to reserve a name for free if you are not quite ready to form your LLC. Step number 3, choose a registered agent. Most states require that you have a registered agent. You can nominate yourself, a specialized service, or a professional that meets the state criteria to be your registered agent. A registered agent accepts legal and tax documents on your behalf. The registered agent is like a point of contact between you and the state. If your registered agent is a specialized service or professional, you add a layer of anonymity to your business. In this case, your personal name and address are not revealed, and all communications with the state or other go to your registered agent. In short, a registered agent has the possibility of receiving and informing you of tax forms, legal documents, annual reports, and summons. This can be the notice of a lawsuit pending against you. The registered agent must be a resident of the state where you form your LLC. Step number 4. Prepare an operating agreement for your LLC. This document will describe how the profits and losses will be divided amongst the members, as well as each member's contribution to the business. The operating agreement outlines how the business will be managed. The operating agreement describes what will happen if a new member arrives or if an existing member decides to leave. Some states require you to dissolve the LLC if no operating agreement was made prior to the movement of an LLC's members. The operating agreement isn't filed with the state, but is kept with your important business records. Step number 5. File the LLC Articles of Organization with the state. The Articles of Organization is a document that offers details about what the entity represents. In some states, this document is referred to as the Certificate of Formation or the Certificate of Organization. This is a document that you will file with the state to create your LLC. Your state secretary's website will have a downloadable form for the Articles of Organization. The form varies from state to state. In general, you will have to provide the following information in the Articles of Organization: the name of your LLC, the duration that your LLC will be active in the case that it will not exist perpetually, the general purpose for which your LLC was formed, your registered agent's name and address, whether your LLC will be member managed or manager managed. Each state requires you to pay a fee to file your Articles of Organization. You may be able to file the Articles of Organization online with your state's business filing agency. The processing time can vary from a few days to a few weeks, and you will receive a certificate by mail once the LLC has been officially formed. Optional steps. Step number 6, applying for an EIN. EIN stands for Employer Identification Number. It is sometimes also referred to as a business tax ID. An EIN is like a social security number for your business. Although you may get by with not having an EIN as a sole member LLC, having an EIN will facilitate many operations that you may want to undertake in the future. If your business qualifies for an EIN, you can apply to get one for free on the IRS's website. Here are a few reasons for why you should obtain an EIN while you're in the LLC filing process, even if it is for future actions. When it's time to take those actions in your business, you will have one less obstacle to surmount to move forward. So an EIN is useful for opening a business bank account. Most banks require an EIN to open a business account. Applying for a business loan. Although it's not always required, having an EIN can speed things along when you're applying for business financing. An EIN helps protect your personal identity. As a sole proprietor LLC, you may be required to provide your social insurance number instead of an EIN for identification and registration purposes when you apply for things like business credit cards, loan, or web services. The more you share your social security number around, the higher the likelihood of it being stolen. An EIN legitimizes and adds credibility to your business. Yes, an EIN is not absolutely essential, but it does streamline certain business operations. An EIN enables you to legitimately hire contractors or employees, which can help grow your business tremendously. Additionally, if you are a service-based business, you will come off as a more credible organization if you have an EIN. An EIN is free to obtain from the IRS, and having one on hand may facilitate certain business activities in the future. LLC Formation Services. Weighing the options. The steps aren't too complicated for most and shouldn't require any outside help. There is, however, one detail that can be quite complicated if you happen to be a sole proprietor LLC and want to maintain anonymity in your business. That's finding a registered agent. You might be a solo entrepreneur that wants to focus on growing your business rather than handling business entity details. Plus, you might not know anyone that meets the criteria or is willing to act as a registered agent for your LLC. If you're in this position, you have two worthwhile options to consider. Option 1, getting a registered agent service. In every state, business filing agencies require you to have a registered agent to act as a point of correspondence between your LLC and the state. The registered agent must be located in the same state where you have formed your LLC. Here's a breakdown of the service that your registered agent will provide for your LLC. Provides a physical address and acts as a point of contact between the Secretary of State or other official government office and your LLC. The registered agent receives and processes legal documents, notices, and documents on behalf of your LLC. The registered agent will be available during normal business hours. The registered agent is able to promptly relay documents to concerned members of the LLC. The registered agent also helps avoid missed deadlines, fines, and penalties for non-compliance. So you might be thinking that the yearly fee is more than worth the stress relief that the registered agent provides. Plus, the costs that your business incurs for a registered agent are tax deductible. As long as your LLC is profitable, you can declare the registered agent service as a business expense and get the registered agent service for quote-unquote free. Option number 2, get a full-service LLC formation that includes a registered agent. By far the easiest option is to get an LLC formation service. You can compare all the best ones at llcwisdom.com. The links are below in the description. So a reputable LLC formation service will take care of the following things for you. Name availability search for your state, articles of organization, business filing and verification with your Secretary of State, registered agent service, operating agreement and bylaws, CPA assessment, financial recommendations for your business accounts. If you want a comparison of the best LLC formation services, head over to llcwisdom.com. The link is right below in the description, and there you'll find a table with the best LLC formation services and the prices all compared side by side. Thanks for watching, and from llcwisdom.com, we'll see you on the next video.